Hey guys, Ash Rachel Legends. Welcome to the video. Send us some love, some positive vibes your way, especially if you need it out there today. Today, I want to talk about the two new artifact sets, Rebirth and Stonecleaver. Now that they've been in the game for a month or two, at the time of this recording, I guess about a month and a half or so, I want to speculate, are they good? Could they be the future of the meta? I actually like a lot about both sets, and I actually don't like a few things about each artifact sets. So we're going to jump into all of that today. I specifically want to hone in on Stonecleaver because I want to test it out. I want to use Cracking Roots and Stonecleaver and see if we can really pop Stoneskin, right? We already see Stoneskin really encountering the biggest hurdle it's ever encountered with a champion by the name of Embry's the Anomaly. He's so good because he removes Stoneskin and replaces them with True Fear. The replacement means that there's not a 50-50 shot at blocking this. It's 100% Stoneskin removal. If you don't have him yet, it's not intuitive from reading his kit. I know a lot of viewers have reached out to me, even a couple tweets, right? It's just like, Ash, do you realize that he always removes Stoneskin? It's because of the word replace, right? Which is really cool. But I was wondering, hey, maybe Cracking Roots Blessing, maybe Stonecleaver artifacts, could that be another way to contend with Stoneskin? Is Stoneskin maybe in a year from today, when we actually have enough of this gear to put on our champions?
Are you actually allowed to say that?
Is it going to be a thing of the past, right? So I'll give you my thoughts on that, or my answer early on to that. But first, let's reacquaint ourselves with the bonuses that we get from these artifact sets. Stonecleaver, we get attack at 1 piece, we get crit damage at 2 piece. I always like to note, the first thing I look at any variable set in the game is what do we get off of 1 piece? Do we get 20 accuracy like Pinpoint, 40 accuracy like Feral, right? I like to see what we can get. Maybe a 3-piece. Can we use 3 accessories or mix and match accessories like Protection to get some speed bonuses, right? So I look at 1, 2, and 3, and it means a lot to me. So attack, crit damage, and speed. All right. It's not awful, but it's not like, it's not crazy. 4-piece, 30% more damage to Stoneskin shields. Now, for comparison, Cracking Roots, right? The Blessing at full 6 stars is 100% more damage, fully awakened, 100% more damage to Stoneskin shields. Here, I'll show you really quickly because, Cracking Roots is not a blessing, that I feel like people use a ton, right? There's only a few champions in the game that can crack Stoneskin as is right now. Siegfried, maybe a couple others, right?
Feeling underrated and unappreciated.
Increase the damage inflicted to Stoneskin by 100%. That's at 6 star. So even at a 9-piece Stonecleaver, that's what you're going to need to get the 100% ignore or extra damage, on Stoneskin, right? Because you get the 30 at 4-piece, then you get the 70 at 9-piece. So it takes 9 pieces to get the 100%, to get the Cracking Roots fully awakened bonus. 30% more damage to Stoneskin at 4-piece. I'm not going to lie to you guys. After testing it pretty extensively, I wish it was more. I wish that you got 50% at 4-piece. Because at 4-piece, instead of think about what you're getting, think about what you're throwing away at 4-piece. We're throwing away Stoneskin, like on my champion. It's going to be really damn good. Or 25% ignore defense in Savage or Lethal Gear, right? So we're throwing away some really good sets in order to get just 30% more damage to Stoneskin. I'm underwhelmed at the 4-piece bonus. But what if we combo it with Cracking Roots? Is it still, could you still make a case for it? We'll find out today. 15% extra attack at 5-piece. Ignore 20% of enemy defense at 6-piece. I hate that it's at 6-piece, right? I said I was going to complain a little bit on the way, but I want to give a fair assessment here. At 6-piece, well, 6 plus 3 is 9, and that's all we got. Meaning, we can't get the enemy ignore defense and get Stoneskin on our nukers. So now, in order to get the ignore defense, which we need on our nukers in the arena, right? This is where we're using it, Stoneskin. We have to throw away our protection, our Stoneskin, right? So, okay. We get 5% speed again. That's 10% total speed when we get 7 pieces. Another 15% crit damage. That brings us to 30% crit damage at 8 piece. And then 70% extra damage stacks onto 30. So 100% in total more damage to enemies under Stone Skin. The thing about Stonecleaver too is, keep in mind, this is intuitive, it's obvious, but it bears mentioning that, well, you can only use it 1 or 2 turns in the battle, and then it's irrelevant, right? Unlike almost every other artifact set where it gives you extended value. Sure, we still get the stats, but 20% ignore defense, to me, that's also not enough. I would like to see this at a 30% ignore defense, right? Give us something to think about when we think about one of the best ignore defense sets, the best.
You're the kind that's never satisfied.
In Merciless. We get the 6-piece 35% ignore defense, plus the extra turns and the reduced cooldowns and all kinds of great stuff. The rest of the stats are actually very, very similar, right? So I think that Merciless is better because Merciless, you can get that extra turn at 9-piece anytime during the battle, right? Whereas Stonecleaver is very, very specific to the beginning of the battle only when we're going to get that full value. After that, we get some stats and we get the ignore defense. Let's take a quick look at Rebirth. Now, Rebirth, it suffers from some of the same problems that we have with Stonecleaver because it's not about what we're getting, it's about what we're giving up in order to get what we're getting, right? So Rebirth, we get 40 resistance at 3-piece, that's solid. We get 10% speed, that's solid. My favorite part of Rebirth, I'm just going to tell you right out the gate, is that we get the 3-piece or the 2-piece plus 10% speed, right? So we get that juicy big speed bonus just from a ring and an amulet. That's powerful. We know how powerful that is from Pinpoint. So we have another 2-piece option where we can use accessories to get 10% speed. That's a difference maker. If you have your speed lead on your arena team, your speed booster, and you put them in an amulet and a ring, they can get 10% speed from 2 accessories that normally give you no speed. That's huge in terms of the overall impact it can have on your team, your account, and the arena in PvP. All right, so after that, at 4-piece, grants 10% extra HP, 10% turn meter to allies revived by the wearer. Same thing as Stonecleaver. Right idea, not quite enough. I would like to see 25%, 25%, right? Because we're giving up Stone Skin in order to get it. But let's keep reading on. I get 10% speed at 5-piece, 6-piece. Places block damage buff on the wearer for 1 turn when an ally is killed by an enemy, but occurs once per round. Block damage when an ally is killed. It's nice to have, don't get me wrong, but it is a 6-piece. It is a 6. We could have 2 turns of Stone Skin now that we're sacrificing to get block damage for 1 turn, and it only occurs once in the duration of the battle in the arena. 20 resistance, 12% speed, and then decreases the cooldown of any revived ally skills by 1 turn. I don't know, man. Here's the weird thing on both of these sets, right? I actually really like the concept of both of these sets, but I'm not gonna lie, especially considering they're supposed to be top tier sets in the game, right? We get them through live arena season grinding, the most competitive place in Raid, really, right? I think they fall a little bit short. I think that the 9-piece, again, I hate to keep saying it, but it's reality. What are we giving up? Well, I'll tell you what we're giving up. Not just maybe Stone Skin, which is really good, and we only need 6 pieces, but how about protection? 9-piece protection. We're getting all that speed, we're getting all that resistance, and then a 75% chance to place a protected buff in a meta that is filled with Fabians and Mariuses and Armandses. 75% protected buff is so incredibly good. Let's think about this, a 9-piece protection versus a 9-piece rebirth on, I don't know, one of the quintessential revivers out there in a Sifi the Lost Bride, right? I'd rather have protection any day, every day, all day, right? You know, there's some revivers like a Godseeker, like a White Queen and Aura that just have the reset, the full reset just built into their revive. I don't think it's enough 1-turn reduction. Is it crazy to say for a 9-piece of the most S tier, end game set in the game, to to have a full ally cooldown, I don't know, maybe with a cooldown or maybe 2 turns. I don't know. Again, Rebirth to me, the most compelling part is that you can get the speed at 2-piece, really. I think that Rebirth lands a little bit short because in order to build a Reviver with full Rebirth, like a Star Sage Galathier is a perfect example because we want him fast. He's a turn meter boost, right? We want him, we love the extra stats. The block damage is nice, even though he has a preemptive death mechanic on his passive, on his base form. But we want that resistance as well, which converts to accuracy on his alternate form. But do I want to sacrifice, a Stone Skin or whatever, or, just to get these bonuses? I'm not sure. Maybe you could make a case, but we're sacrificing Stone Skin to get it. On a Siphi, we're sacrificing protection to get it. I think your best bet with Rebirth, sorry, I've been talking for 10 minutes and I haven't even showed you anything, but I don't know. I appreciate you watching anyway.
Things you do for love.
Sorry for another mediocre video, guys. What do you want from me? Rebirth. I think the best way to go here is forget the 9-piece, personally. You aim for 6, because it's going to take you forever to get the gear anyway. You aim for 6, right? And then you go triple reaction, right? Like this is like a year in the future when we actually have enough of these artifacts and accessories to build a complete set that doesn't suck really badly. I think aiming for 6 is actually a really good route to go. And then triple reaction to mitigate not having Stone Skin on your accessories. And then you get the block damage, you get the extra stats on the revives, and you get the speed 20% and that resistance. I think that is actually a pretty solid set. Still, I think maybe a bit underwhelming versus what it could be, especially when you factor in 9-piece. But it's just not really there for me. Those are my long ass winded opinions on these 2 artifact sets. What do you guys think? I want to talk about, I already talked about like revivers are pretty obvious. Like who's a reviver? Could they do well in the set? Probably, right? But what about Stonecleaver? Let's zoom back in there. The #1 champion that I cannot wait to put in Stonecleaver, and we will today, is Trunda Guilt Mallet. Could Stonecleaver be enough to bring her back into the meta? Why? Because of this Forge Rhythm ability after the rework. Attacks all enemies, has a 70% chance of placing a stun, also places an HP burn, places an extra hit on enemies not under stun. Both hits of this skill deal 50% more damage to a Stone Skin shield, right? This is pretty dang solid. The built-in extra damage can really do a good job of comboing with Cracking Roots. I have her 6-star awakened, 100% extra damage to Stone Skin, plus the 50% extra damage, plus whatever we can get on her, right, in terms of Stonecleaver right now. The other type of champions that I would get excited about is Hegemon, right? I mean, Stonecleaver seems like it was kind of meant for Hegemon. Now, unfortunately, I can't build Hegemon in any good Stonecleaver gear. I only have a few good pieces on my account, but I have been able to build a Foley, and I'm kind of alluding to something here, the other types of champions that I'm gonna like in sets like this. But Hegemon, he's always gonna go first anyway, so you put him in attack percentage on the boots, you build him all out in Nukamon, you put him in the Stonecleaver, you get the blessing on him, the Cracking Roots blessing as well, and then maybe he can bust through the Stone Skin and just get that kill shot before they even take a turn. Could the reign of Hegemon circa 2019 be coming again? The true reign, where just he's so annoying and there's no way to deal with him. Maybe. I don't know. You'd have to have the 9-piece, I feel like, though, to get that. You need that extra damage, right? Okay, what about the other category of champion? How about a Phoenix? Oh yeah, Phoenix in the Stone Skin with the put down. You just delete the Stone Skin and then they're dead forever. And that's my last category of champion, other than just like the super hard hitters, right? Like Siegfried's gonna do very well in Stone Skin and Cracking Root with his Rage of Nephilim because it hits ungodly hard, right? But what about in Enithwi Blood Twin, right? His passive is enemies killed by the shaman cannot be revived, straight up, right? So what if we have this big, strong nuker who can do AoEs and single target block revives, and you can ignore or delete Stone Skin with them, right? That's kind of intriguing because it's game over. There's no picking him back up. I don't care if you get a 15-piece Rebirth set, you're not going to be able to get picked back up when Nithwi Blood Twin deals with you, right? But, you know, and the other guy that we're going to watch in today's video is Foley, right? Because I have a 6-star Foley, and I could get him in a 6-piece Stonecleaver, okay? So we're going to run some Foley action here. And he has a block revive on his A3 Sealed Fate, right? So I'm excited to see what he can do here. But keep in mind, I'm not able at this time to pull off a 9-piece. Not because of my accessories, actually because of my artifacts. You guys saw it earlier, but this is what I have. And I grinded to get all these Stonecleaver and Rebirth, right? I grinded 1,300 or more live arena matches in the season to get this, and this is all I have, meaning that I'm still not able to put together one good 9-piece at all anywhere on my account, right? I don't even have a shield. I don't even have a Stonecleaver shield, didn't even get one, right? So I'm very limited in what I can do, but I thought the timing was right because I do see a lot of questions. What do you think of these artifact sets? And there's a massive lack of content on YouTube on these artifact sets. Final note before we jump into battle here is that no matter how good Stonecleaver is that 20% ignore defense, even if you pair it with a Cruel, right? And sacrifice the survivability of the champion, like the Stone Skin or whatever, right? Wouldn't you just still be better going with a Sulfurion or a burner, a Gizmak, or like any burner who can go in there and just delete Stone Skin, or a bomber, a Nishak? You know, wouldn't you just always, that's what I ask myself, right? And I know not everybody has every champion, obviously. You got to make do with what you have. But ultimately, wouldn't you just be better going with a bomber or a burner, you know, with the activation? That's kind of what I ask myself right now. So I don't know. I would actually I don't want to be premature and call for a buff on a set that I can't even properly test and use yet. But I think Ash in the future will be calling for a buff to both of these sets. They're really cool idea, but they're landing a little bit short, I think. I'd probably just go with the burns, you know, to delete Stone Skin instead. Anyway, let's go into battle here, guys. Foley, let me just show you really quickly what I have on him. I'll switch to Trunda in a moment here. These are my best Stonecleaver weapons so far. Got some speed, some crit rate there. Got some crit rate, crit damage, no speed. It's all right, you know. And then I have HP for frickin' percentage on his chest, right? Really good piece, but you know, I have attack at least on the Ascension stat, and considering he's +4 fully awakened, he still has great attack. So, little sacrifice there. We have crit damage Stonecleaver on the amulet. We have an attack Stonecleaver on the ring, and we have a resistance Stonecleaver on the amulet, or excuse me, on the banner. So, yeah, it could be a lot better here, but his total stats are still really solid. 416 crit damage, 6,000 attack. I mean, not freaking bad, right? Like, we're not going to complain about that. 290 speed. Mastery is right there. Helm Smasher. We're good to go. All right, let's go ahead and go into battle here and see what we can do. So, I mean, I'm assuming all these teams have Stone Skin, but I'm going to put them on a team with, like, a good speed, basically, right? So I have my fastest champion on the team with him, 452 to speed boost. And then the rest of it's going to be all. So I don't have Lazarius built to nuke. I have him built to go first, right? So we're going to go first. Going to go in there. I'm going to have a Siphi kind of buff up, and because I need some protection on this dude, right? And then we're going to go in there, and we're going to, well, you can already see Stone Skin, Stone Skin, Stone Skin. Their Siphi's going to go first. I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of Siphi. And we did remove one Stone Skin with Armand's. Let's see what we can do. We're going to target Odin and see if we can delete the Stone Skin and block revive with the Sealed Fate ability. Here we go. Boom, boom. Oh, we got it. We got it. I mean, he died in the process, but we got it. All right. I'm not gonna lie, I did not test this clearly beforehand, and I'm a little surprised. So with Foley, he gets the extra hit on whoever he targets. That's why we got that kill shot, and we blocked the revive. That's super, super strong. Now we can just kind of put Taurus to sleep here, and well, hopefully now we can just stun everybody, and hopefully we can just kind of kill Taurus, right? And then we don't care about the revivers because we have block revive on Foley. We just need to get back to the ability, right? And of course, we kill Siphi the old-fashioned way Well, screw it. Let's just go in with the A2, get the kill, and then we'll kill Siffy. But I have to say, that wasn't bad at all, was it, guys? Let's go ahead and turn into a sheep. But is it worth it, though? Is it worth the build? I don't know. But, man, keep in mind, again, that we are not going in here and using, like, the ideal best builds, the ideal best gear. And he's in, 30%, 130% extra damage to Stone Skin in this build, right? So that was better than I thought it was going to be. All right. Shut up, Ash. We get it, bro. We got it. It wasn't that great. But he did get that Odin kill, right? Odin's not the tankiest. I don't think he would have killed anybody else on the team. But, it is a block revive, which is really nice. Let's go refresh and get another, like, tanky-ish team. I imagine they have a lot of Stone Skin here. Let's go against this team. Probably not on Crixia, but probably the rest of the squad. All right. I should have checked affinities, too. I totally forgot. Okay. Going to go in here and we're going to speed boost. We're going to hand it to Siffy. And then we're going to go in Armand's. We are dealing with 2 Stone Skins. Kamitas is a super pain. Let's get rid of... I don't have a good... okay. All right. Let's go. Kamitas has like 8,000 billion HP. So I'm going to target Gizmac, who also has 8,000 billion HP. But let's just see. Shut up, Ash, and just do it.
Just breathe and feel alive.
Okay, so we got 2 block revives and we deleted 1 Stone Skin. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad at all. Man, maybe what we were talking about earlier with like a hegemon, maybe that would be effective, Maybe that will be a thing in the future, But like I said, it still holds true earlier, what I said earlier. Basically, that it's only really giving you that benefit super early on, right? And then after that, we're dealing with 20% ignore defense, which isn't really ideal. Let's go after this squad, but let's put Trunda in here, right? So let's just go ahead and make a switcherooski here. What am I? Oh, yeah, let's get Trunda. So I normally run Trunda in Savage and Zeal, and I run her in Hydra. I don't run her in the arena anymore, but I have her in the Stonecleaver setup. Let's go ahead. She basically just borrowed it from Foley. So unlike Foley, though, we're making a sacrifice on enemy ignore defense, and we're going to actually get the Stone Skin on Trunda as well. Problem is, I don't have the accessories here to get her into the 6-piece, but I think 6-piece is pretty important. We need to ignore the defense, but going against a squishy team here, so let's see what we can do. We're going to go ahead and turn boost again. Oops, Foley, and there's no Stone Skin. Way to go, Ash. Way to go, bro. All right. Well, Foley, get that kill shot. There you go. Beautiful. And not that great. Go in there with the A2. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It's been a hot minute since I've used Foley in the arena. He's kind of fun, man. He's kind of a fun little champion, I think. Go in there with the AoE, get the giving all, get the cooldown. Let's see if Foley can get this double kill shot on that A2. Ooh, almost, pretty close. All right, now let's get Trunda. I can't quit you, Foley. Can't quit you, buddy. Man, Foley, what a old school champ, huh? Who do you think's Stone Skinny? Probably this team, right? Probably this team down at the bottom here. All right, let's get Foley out, Trunda in. Foley didn't even have the gear on that last battle. we just gave it all his Stonecleaver to Trunda.
Oh my god! Not cool.
All right, here we go. Obviously, we're setting up our attack-based nukers in both situations with the increased attack from Lazarius. I would use again, no Stone Skin here. What the heck? The one time we actually want to run into Stone Skin, right? We got nothing. Okay, fantastic. Beautiful start. Trunda, let's see if the old girl's got any new tricks here with that A2.
Stay with me tonight, far from the fading light. We can leave it all behind.
Not bad at all. Go in there and finish things up, maybe? Nope. Okay, cool. I should have switched forms there. My bad. We can do it anyway. We're tanky enough right now to deal with one Marius shot, and then boom. All right, cool. All right, let's go against a team that we think is actually going to have the Stone Skin. Ooh, what is this nasty stuff? Mad Noob. Oh, mad noob. You want to see who a noob is? It's going to be me. I'm going to lose. All right, here we go. Yeah, everything was cool, right? All right, last battle of the video, guys. Are you ready for this? Okay. Ooh, he blocked my buffs. How dare you go first? How dare you? Yeah, we're just going to go in with the A2 instead. So no increased attack, unfortunately. No stone skin, unfortunately. And I can't buff my team, unfortunately. Who's the noob now, Ashy Poo? All right, let's just save you guys the time. I lied, not the last battle. Noob, you got me again, buddy. All right, let's go against, where's the stone? When you want the stone skin, it's okay. How about, Mike? Mike, one of the better players out there in the entire game, one of the most stacked accounts in the entire game. He's going to have a lot of stone skin. So let's see. He probably has Marichka and Relentless and stone skin. Probably got stone skin on, he has 9-piece protection on Siffy. He's got stone skin just on Marichka. So let's just see what we can do here. Okay. Sure. We'll A2. Got an intercept on Taurus. And he's going to kill my sheep, which is beautiful. All right, here we go. The moment of truth. Can Trunda, with her extra damage to Stone Skin, with more extra damage and more extra damage, to have Cracking Roots on her as well, can she kill Marichka? I'm not holding my breath. Not with Harima on the team, and not against Mike, but... Okay, cool. Well, we didn't, we got reaction. We got reacted. Oh, man. All right. I keep lying to you guys. We're not gonna give up, first of all. But we're not going to, yeah, I might need that revive on Lazarius. All right, pop off, please. Okay. Yeah, definitely need the revive on Lazarius, right? Let's go, sure. And then let's go like this. Absolutely, get Trunda back up. Let's go put Taurus to sleep. Fantastic. Okay, let's stun him. Steal that turn meter. Not Harima. Get sheeped. Fantastic. Rinse and repeat there, right? Beautiful. Problem is, I need to kill Marichka, but Siffy's just going to revive her anyway. I don't know. Let's work on Taurus. Got the stun there. I like that. Now I can work on Marichka. Let's go ahead and try to get that Marichka kill with Lazarius. Tempt fate a little bit here. Well, now that Taurus is stunned and we can't even get the kill. Beautiful. Fantastic. All right, here we go. Big Harima hit. Taurus is woken up. Don't like that. Let's go ahead and make the sacrifice. Boom. Oh, my God. Look at Marichka. She refuses to die.
Behind, just breathe and feel alive.
Taurus, get the heck out of here, buddy. Oh my word. All right, let's get Laz back up. Let's kill her finally, and then let's worry about Siffy. See, I kind of miss Foley. I miss having that ignore, deny revival, right? Oh, she goes with the A2. That's fantastic. I can't put anybody to sleep here, but let's just go ahead and poke away with the A1, and there we go. Now we're toast. All right, one more battle. I don't feel like we've given Trunda the proper shot. Let's go against like a super easy team. Hope they're under Stone Skin. Stone Skin? Ash, what the frick, bro? All right, let's go in. We got one Stone Skin. Trunda, if you can't delete Alice, then we got a major problem here. All right. Guys, I want to know as we kind of wrap on this video for the last half an hour. Boom. Get that. There we go. I mean, it was all right, you know? It was all right, the damage there. But she doesn't have the ignore defense. So it's too early to tell. But listen, guys, I've given you my thoughts on these new artifact sets. Again, a lot of requests for videos talking about it. And again, I'm sorry that I can't pull off a full set, but this is the best I can do on my account. I talked to my favorite types of champions. What about you guys? Are you guys kind of on the same page as me? meaning that you're, you know, you're a little bit underwhelmed? Or do you see something that I don't hear? Certainly some of the Foley action, maybe not so much Trunda. That's more on me than her and the build, frankly. But there is some hope, right, that it could contend with Stoneskin. But is it better than just going burn strategies or just playing out over removal strategies, going with like double removal on your team? Let me know what you think of these artifact sets. Thanks for watching till the end of the video. Much love. And as always, take care, guys.